Now, Father, we just thank you again for your presence. We trust in your mercy. We thank you, you make no mistakes. In Jesus' name, amen. You know, Jesus was training men to be men of God. And he gets in a boat and he tells Peter, this is Peter's boat, like many of you that got saved, you still think your life is your life. But your life is actually God's boat. Many times you wake up in the morning and you think it was your alarm clock. No, God woke you up. God made an agreement with you before you were created that he will take over your life. But he will leave you in charge of the decision. It's like when you get married. No husband really talks. Then you get married, then you start making decisions, and he'd be like, no. Just doesn't work like that. God didn't tell you everything he was going to do with you, but he still made you his boat. So Jesus gets into the boat with the disciples who were fishermen at the time. They were not men of God yet. And he tells them, launch out into the deep for a catch. He didn't say go in the shallow water in case there's a storm, you can jump off the boat, run home and grab your mother. That's how most Christians would like it. You know, they would like to be in the deep, 1 foot in the deep, 1 foot on the ground. Jesus said, go out into the deep. Cast out your nets, plural, all that you have, for a catch. And Peter kept half of his nets back. Because he said, I'm going to do what you said, but I'm going to let down the net. He went out, dropped one net. They caught so much fish, others had to come and help. And when they got back to shore, Peter fell on his face crying, saying, get away from me, I'm a sinful man. Many people in the body of Christ have yet to be broken because they have yet to step out into the deep. Deep calleth unto deep. Today is the day to go deep. We're in football season, right? Anybody ever heard of football? It's that thing your husband believes is his second wife. And when the game is at its most crucial time, the quarterback calls a play and he says, everybody, go deep. When they call that play, they say, we have to score or we all gonna die. This is the last of the last days. The church has to go deep. Amen. You can't do a charismatic Daniel fast. A charismatic Daniel fast is a diet. Because many people erroneously read Daniel's fast. They mix up Daniel's life. When Daniel was a young boy, Daniel was forced to eat the king's food, which the Hebrews were not used to. And he said, just give us vegetables and we'll be fine. But when Daniel got older, and he had a vision that he couldn't discern, he said, I sought the Lord. No meat came into my mouth, nor wine, nor pleasant bread. For 21 days, I was like that. See, but the charismatic Christians of our day, what they want to consider Daniel's fast as, you can just eat maybe a cracker. Well, you might as well be called Jenny Cracker Craig. Amen. It's a diet. If you're going to eat anything, you're on a diet. You're not fasting. Fasting is a voluntary humiliation of oneself because you're mourning. Can you imagine your loved one died and you're snacking on crackers at the funeral? Think about it. Nobody wants to go deep. They want to drink tea and coffee and other things on a fast so they can say they fasted. No, you ate fast.
That's right.
If you're not in pain, if you're not crying, if you're not in desperation, you're not going to fast properly. You're not going to go deep. You're going to have a shallow fast. And you must prepare to fast. Because you're not going to, that way they'll just let you go deep.
That's right.
Even in football, you think they don't bump those wide receivers before they come off the line? Well, some of you looking like, what's a wide receiver? What's a wide? All right, watch the game, baby. So you have to go deep. Somebody say, I'm going deep.
I'm going deep.
But what happens in the deep is the unknown. You're outside of your comfort zone. You know, there's a scenario in the Bible, not just a scenario, but a truth. When God created the world, can I just do this for a minute? The world was there, but it was considered void because no one could see it. God knew it was there. It was hid under water. It was hid under the deep. Whatever you need from God is hid, is there, it is hid. But it's hid in a deep place. God is calling you to go deep. Don't be a shallow Christian. Monday, listen, if you got a job, work. But go deep on your job. Don't just get paid, be nice. Trick somebody. Fake them out. Let them think you're a Christian. Come on, think about it. Go deep. Don't just go there to get money. You're going to make the money. But go deep. Look at somebody need a coffee. And don't ask them for a coffee. We're in a day where Christians are so much like beggars. Where you're supposed to be the head and not the tail. Somebody give you a cup of coffee. Oh, this is God. This is God. I got a cup of coffee. Hallelujah. It's not God. They just, how they say in the street? They just played you. They just proved that they're your head. But they gave you coffee. The Bible said you should lend and not borrow. Somebody told me they're going to buy you coffee. No, I'm going to buy you a mug. They buy you a tea and you all happy. You come in next week with a Smoky Joe. Is that called Smoky Joe or just a Joe? Big Joe? Think about it. Go deep. Jesus said if they ask you to go 1 mile, he said go 2. Jesus said if they take your cloak, tell them take your coat also. You tell them I'm a deep Christian. They smack you on one side, say, yo, wait. Turn the other cheek. Say, I have a God to me. Amen. Any men here?
Amen.
One thing that men have an advantage over women is the fact that a woman wants a man. Men need women. They might not want them. Come on, let's tell the truth. They might not want them, but they definitely need them. That's why they can use them and go get another one. Because they don't want them. You only discard what you don't want. You never discard what you need. That's why if you're a woman, you don't need to be a woman around a man. You need to convince that man that you can be a wife. Because men don't throw out wives. Because a wife can't be thrown out. You got these papers on me. So the advantage that men have over women is that in the fall, in the garden, God said, your desire shall be to that man. That's why women want men. Because when their mother Eve was in rebellion, she put that bondage on every woman born. That's why you see women, they can't get rid of that man. He's got a hold on you. And he act like, I don't care. Go. Leave. But you got to go deep. You got to get rid of that dependency or that want on a man. And that's for men also. You need to go for what you need. If you're a single man, you need a wife. You don't need a woman. If you're a single woman, you need a husband. You don't want a man, you need a husband. So you got to go deep. Get deeper. Don't just go get a male, get a husband. So I need to show you this, that the earth, when God created it, it was always there, but it was covered under the deep. Things that that you want from God, some stuff is going to fall from heaven if you're a tither. Other stuff you're going to have to go deep for. Right? He said concerning tithers, he said, I will rebuke the devourer. And I will pour you out a blessing you have not been able to receive. But those of you that need money, he that soweth sparingly will reap sparingly. But those that have deep pockets will reap deep. Nobody's going to hear me today. I'm starting to get a complex of it. So when God wanted to bring forth the earth, he spoke it into existence, but he had to peel back the deep. The water is called the deep. So when the Spirit of God hovered over the face of the deep, God said, let the waters under the heaven, because he created heaven between the waters. He said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered into one place. And then the earth showed up. Come on now. Heaven is upon you. But you got to get those waters moved. I like what it says in, I think, Ecclesiastes or Proverbs. It says, cast your bread upon many waters. That's what those people in the 70s, those, not hippies, but the people in the 70s called money bread. It's from the Bible. It said, cast your bread upon the waters. See, many of you need more bread, but you got to go deep to get it. You can't just expect your tip to God to bring you a deep pocket. Now back to my dating story. Because men have an advantage over a woman. If a man says, I'm going to take you out, he don't go buy no new clothes. To him, what's in his pocket is enough. He's like, I got $5 for me and you. You're going to get some chicken nuggets. But you being a woman will go deep. You'll go get dressed. You'll go ask your girlfriend, does these shoes match? Get you some lip gloss, lip face, whatever it's called. Eye scarer. Your eyelashes be so long and be in your hair. Because you're on a date. You know something good is going to happen, so you're going to go deep. And any woman can get any man. Think about it. Don't think about it too hard, but how many of y'all got in trouble because y'all could get a man? All right, there you go. Think about it. So what you need from God is in the deep.
Hallelujah.
Let me watch this. The deep is not measured. So there you will receive you will see the unmeasurable amount of what you've been searching for. Nobody has measured the deep. So you can't say a limit on how God's going to bless you. If you went to the deep to get it. You know when you go deep sea fishing, you don't come up with guppies? Nobody went out deep and caught a goldfish. But you go out deep, you catch a real tuna. I'm not talking chicken in the sea. You know, one tuna sells for I think it was $3.95 or like $100 and something thousand for one tuna. The big yellowfin tuna, because they bid on it. Because those fishermen went deep. They ain't go to Point Pleasant to catch it. Think about it. Some of you need God to move miraculously on your life, but you're still in the shallow. You gotta go deep. Now, Preacher Joe, how do I go deep? If you've never fast, start a fast. If you read the Bible like 7 minutes a day, try 70 minutes. Go deep. Come on, help me. I think I am. If you read one verse in the Bible and watch TV for 7 hours, I would break the TV. Because the TV is going deep.